What advice would you give someone who's 40 and embarking on their first romantic relationship? That's the question. All right. So first of all, congratulations. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Dating in your 40s is not easy. It's not like dating at 22 where you're like, I don't know anything about myself and I just want to have fun. Like, you can pretend that at 22, but at 40, like, you know who you are. You know, you've probably been through a couple of relationships. You know the good, the bad, the ugly. You might have some fears going into this thing. You might be like skeptical or think men or women are the worst or whatever. We bring all of our biases at 40. So that you're dating and embarking on a new romantic relationship in your 40s is awesome. I did that too. I dated in my 30s. After my marriage, I was married for 12 years, got divorced in my early 30s, and I dated throughout my 30s. And then through my 40s, I'm now engaged. But like basically for 15 years, I was dating. And I dated mostly out of market, which that just means I didn't date locally. I was, meeting people at conferences or whatever, or however I met them was, maybe somebody introduced me to some folks, and I was dating out of market. And that was really fun because it felt like an adventure, right? If you're out and about and you have somebody that's flying in to hang out with you, and then you fly to Miami or to Alabama or wherever you're at, that can be fun. So that's one thing, is just have fun. In your 40s, you have a little more discretionary income probably. You have more of a feel for life. You're not as fearful about moving around, and have fun when you're 40. Romance is fun. It should be, you can have those same, don't let anybody convince you there's an expiration date for love. You can still feel all the feelings that you felt at 22, at 40, and frankly, you should. Because it's just amazing to think about possibilities with somebody else for the first time and romanticize it all. But I think at the end of the day, like I said, don't let anybody give you an expiration date. You can meet the love of your life after therapy, after going through a bout of burnout, after depression. You can meet the love of your life or the person that you want to spend the most time with and enjoy at any point. And so, look for it. Keep your eyes open. The other thing I would say is, since I've written a dating book, so I have this book on dating about my experiences in dating and my tips, and also just traps. I co-authored this with a good friend, Teresa Zimmerman, and we wrote about our perspectives on dating. And one of the things I think we would both agree is that at this point in your life, you have an awareness of your patterns, you know your values. I think you know not to romanticize potential. And if you don't know that, don't do that. It's fine to look for romance. I mean, that's the beauty of dating. But don't romanticize the other person's potential. Like, at this point in our lives, we kind of know who we are and how we move. There's always room for growth. There will always be a need for compromise. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about changing people to meet your needs, to suit your needs.